we should have done a long time ago and banish it to the Shadow Realm. Oh, a part of it still lingers.
Oh,
A shard of its
its
essence.
memory will always
How
remain.
dare you remove my presence from this world?
Yeah, Chris, we are recording.
Okay. So before we get started, everyone, you will note that there are a few changes to the Barovia map. Namely, the big red line going through everything. That is the road. For the longest time, and we can owe this discovery to Amy's recording. For the longest time, I thought that you guys could see like a muted red line that ran through everything that showed where the road was in Barovia. But it turns out you couldn't, and it was just a faint kind of whitish line that ran through everything because for some reason default setting has it on the GM layer. I guess they want you to just kind of just wander around or something. I don't know. Doesn't make sense, and it's dumb, so I fixed it. So now that red line is a road, and as we go, like as you guys discover stuff and like discover the names of stuff, I will be showing you guys the names as you go. So you will note the village of Barovia's name is there. You can see Sir Pool, as well as Valaki and Beres and Krezk. Krezik.
May I ask what the dotted lines are instead of just the solid one?
Those are like footpaths. Anytime you see a dotted line, that means that is a road you cannot get a like horse or buggy down.
Challenge accepted.
That is, by the way, Chris, I realize this is a little off topic, but this is the thing I was talking about.
Ah, all right. I'll have to take a look at that later because right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Curse of Strahd, and my music stopped. Okay. When we left off last time, you guys were in Barovia. James bought a pastry from an old woman that may or may not have had nuts in it. He hasn't eaten it yet. That is still present and there. You guys went into the Blood on the Vine Tavern, stopped in and made some friends, as well as met some suspicious characters in the form of the Bistani owners. You guys met with Ismark and Irina and had a tense journey through town to try and bury their father in the church graveyard nearby. Afterwards, you guys decided to steel yourselves and make your way to Valaki, which is a town. Was it Valaki? No, to the. It wasn't Valaki.
To Perez, right?
It was to Krezk because you guys were going to
Oh.
go to the abbey there and drop Ismark and Irina off with the abbot who lives in Krezk. Valaki just happens to be along the way. So, for now, we begin with you guys kind of gathering your things together and setting forth.
Viola's naked.
Viola did. I was hoping we had forgotten.
Well,
It's the last sentence on my notes from last week.
there was a bit of rain, and I think
You have to just let it get on that skin, girl. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like every small pond, I think they've been past. Maybe it's just gross looking, right? And this is
Actually, as a matter of fact, a lot of the bodies of water that you've walked past have been like crystal clear blue.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Well,
Um,
I think seeing the she doesn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Um, she will hopefully at one time have everyone be comfortable with her naked form because it's how she was meant to be in her life. But for right now, she will place her clothes back on her body, and
Okay.
yeah.
Just get touched by that rain. Just let it wash over you. But yeah. So you guys do set forward from here, kind of heading down toward the bridge. Is there anything you guys want to do before we set off? It is early. You guys decided to leave in the morning, I believe. And it's not a very long trip, probably a little more than an hour to get to Blackie.
I'm a horse.
She is a horse.
I just when we go to leave, I turn into a horse.
Okay.
I asked the rest of the party, well, do we need any more horses? Because, well, do we need any actual horses besides Olivia here?
I spit.
Oh, that
Well,
yeah, good job. That's exactly horse-like.
I'll be real honest here. A, I can't remember how I did this accent, and B, I have a barrel that I cannot carry.
What? Why do you have? Why wouldn't you be able to carry the barrel?
Because according to the player's handbook, a barrel weighs 70 pounds.
Empty?
It just says 70 pounds.
Goodness.
The,
We can roll it.
what, they make it out of lead? It must be a big barrel. You're also free to just leave the barrel and not bring it with you and not carry a barrel.
Well, at this point, I've paid for it. I have to take it somehow.
Well, we've still got the Travois.
Yeah, according to encumbrance, you need literally like a strength score of 16 to carry 70 pounds. Wow.
You can place it on the travois that you guys made. And by you guys, I mean mostly Mirabelle. You have to strap it down with whatever ropes you guys have.
Yeah. Remind me, why did we need this barrel? I was momentarily transfixed by the shower.
It was actually genius. You guys had gotten the reading, and it said something along the lines of the item that you're looking for is in an empty barrel, and so they went to try to purchase the barrel, and had a really fun interaction where the people were very suspicious of these people who just wanted to buy an empty barrel, and you guys got a random empty barrel, and that's the story.
I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Well, we clearly have to bring this barrel along. Knowing about portents like I do, we can't. We have to keep vigilant. We have to think outside the box, as it were. So I'll say, yes, James Dean. I think that's a capital idea. Put that there on the Travois that sweet Mirabelle here put together. Quite clever. Quite clever. So I ask again, do we need horses? Because I don't mind walking. Well, if the path is good enough and not too bad, I don't mind walking. But I would prefer some sort of transportation.
I'm good on foot personally, but
We could, in theory, see about obtaining a cart of some kind from the village of Barovia.
Yeah. I could drive the cart. I could drive the cart, and the both of you could walk alongside if you prefer to walk. It's pretty clear that she doesn't. She does not want to walk. That walking would be a lot of trouble, and she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to have to do any sort of hard work in the least.
I start nudging her.
Yeah. We're figuring it out. Just hold your horses. Ha 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 ha.
I walk away.
She laughs obnoxiously at her own joke. So,
Do you guys want to head back in and see about see a man about a horse?
well, I don't even know we have.
James is good.
I don't know if we have enough gold, but
Well,
Yeah, I don't know what that would run.
Give me 1 second. 1 second, please.
James has 21 gold and 9 silver.
I'm looking it up on D&D Beyond. Let's see.
Alternatively, James could try to throw his weight around a little bit, try to requisition a horse.
Oh, they have done something to D&D Beyond. I mean, it's
They updated the navigation.
yeah, this is different. I don't know if I like it, but it is different.
It's new and scary.
Oh no, actually it works. It works because you got these big old I guess this is mainly probably for the mobile site because you can tap things easier.
Well, it's also I don't know, the way the drop down worked before, half the time you would drop off of it before you could get to what you were looking for.
Right. So the riding
Oh.
horse is 75 gold. So I'm pretty sure that she can't afford that. I think at this
But
point.
a cart is 15.
Ooh, it is.
And I've definitely got that.
Well, we'll strap it there to Olivia and we're set, I reckon.
We've got to find out if she's okay with that.
She's a very temperamental horse, so that makes sense.
I promise, Olivia, I will present plenty of apples should you agree to carry our cart.
Wait a minute.
I look back at Viola and Mirabelle and I nod.
Hey, on
Yeah.
the D&D Beyond Marketplace, they added a redeem a key.
What?
Makes me wonder if they're going to add product keys to the books.
Ooh, that actually, I thought that I told someone ages ago that what would make sense is the messed up books if they would redeem them with actual digital versions like this instead of sending actual books to people all the time. They could save money this way. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
There's gotta be something kind of identified. Anyway, okay. So there was Bill Draft's Mercantile that you guys never stopped by. Is that where you guys are gonna head?
Yeah, I think if they have any solidly built carts outside, I would like to go up in there and possibly speak to a man about a cart.
Okay. All right. So you go back into town. You kind of set out. Everyone kind of gathers outside, and they're just like, "We need a cart," and you just immediately about face and head right back inside the town. You begin walking down the main road, and come to the intersection there in the center of town, and head into Bill Draft's Mercantile. 1 second to inhabit the character.
That's Bill Draft.
Bill Draft. It's one word. Bill Draft.
James is going to go in with Viola.
It can't be any worse than my half-orc bartenders.
Oh, they're brilliant.
All bartenders are half orcs.
No, just 2 in this particular town that my homebrew is.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. You see a short, rough-looking man. He's got like calluses on his hands and stuff like that. He looks like he's done a lot of work in his time. He's got salt and pepper hair that's tied back into a very short ponytail. And he kind of looks up and he says, "Welcome to Bill Drafts. Take a look around and let me know if you find anything you like."
Well, hello, dear. My name is Viola, and my friends and I would like to buy a cart from you, if that's okay. I haven't got a lot of coin. You see, I'm elderly, and I don't get around too good.
You see, he kind of leans back and says, "Hey, Periwimple, go out, grab the cart, and bring it around front." You just hear, "All right, I'll do it." And you just hear loud thudding footsteps as a large young man who I believe you guys saw already in the morning when you first got into town. Kind of walks out. He's got like a bowl cut, and he's just he's just a very large, tall, rippling man.
All right.
And he kind of just hello again. And he exits the building and begins walking around towards the outside. And Bildra says to you, yeah, I got a cart, but you see, times are a little hard around here, so it's gonna be a little pricey. I hope that's okay.
Well, like I said, young man, I don't have a lot of coin. You see, I'm elderly and I'm on the welfare and that type of thing. So it's been,
Right, right.
yeah, it's been hard for me and my friends. This is my friend here, James Dean. He is a companion of mine.
Well, that's gonna run you about 150 gold.
Well, my goodness. That's a lot of coin. My goodness. Could you go down a little bit on that? Just a little bit for me, please, dear.
He's kind of afraid I can't. He says, if you want it bad enough, you'll pay for it.
James is kind of hold up his hand to Viola for a second, and he's gonna lean on the counter with a wide smile. Give me a second while I prepare the accent.
Mhm.
Now, I'm sure last night was probably a great deal talk of the town, you know, but I'm surely I wasn't born in the barn yesterday, son. Times may be tough, but 150 gold for a con is highway robbery. I'm sure, I'm sure you could do something a little better for someone of my persuasion, someone who is well connected to a certain someone. He says, and he just kind of like gives him the eyes, trying to imply Strahd.
Hmm.
And in particular, he's trying to use that time that Strahd like greeted them in the tavern as like,
He's trying to like that's. I know him very well. He is a good friend of mine.
correct.
He kind of looks at you. Says, all right, fine. I'll do 100.
Well, that's awful nice of you, but that's still a lot of coin, don't you think so, James?
I got a question. When do you think this is the last time I had a customer?
Uh, I can't know for sure. This town seems pretty busy. And of course, it isn't busy at all.
There's a little thing called supply and demand. I got the supply and you need it, so I can charge you whatever the hell I want.
Well, I suppose that is the case. You can charge us whatever you want, but I'm sure certain tempers might flare up, and of course I'm not talking about mine. And I'd like to make an intimidation check against him, trying to like incur Strahd's wrath against him. Not like actually, but imply that it might, if that makes any sense.
No, I hear you. Let me check real quick. It's just he's just a boy. He's just a boy.
We met Strahd for like 30 seconds. And we're throwing his name around town. It's like, yeah, I know this guy. You don't want to fuck with him. You want to give us a start on the cheap.
We are
All right,
select guests
I
of
will.
his.
I will give you the intimidation check against his wisdom.
Ooh.
He's got a very strong wisdom, as you can see.
Yes, son. Woo!
Oh!
Nice.
Well, shit.
Well, shit indeed. Beautiful.
Uh,
I say, oh my goodness. Yes, that Strahd is quite a interesting fella.
Yeah, once he begins to make the connection, once he realizes what it is exactly you're talking about, he goes, "Oh, you're with him? Uh, all right, it's whatever. It's yours. Nobody's gonna buy it from me anyway. Just take it."
Oh, well, we'll pay a few gold, me and
No,
Mr.
James,
James here.
I want you to take that cart and leave, please.
Oh,
James gives a smile and a nod and like offers Viola his arm as they walk out.
she places her arm on James's and looks back to Beldreth and she says, "Thank you, dear. Have a nice day." And as they're leaving, Viola kind of glances over at James and is like, "Well, now I feel a little bad, but we got the cart, so it worked out good."
Yeah,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
like I said, these prices are practically highway robbery.
Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
figure we I figure we could do him a favor and stick him up back.
I mean, I probably could have told him we'd bring the cart back in one piece eventually, possibly. But, geez, 150? Can you believe it? Have you ever heard such a thing? That's crazy. I mean, how long has he had this cart? It's probably rotten. Uh, it looks okay, I suppose. And can I do like a quick perception just to see if the cart is half decent?
Yeah, at this point, you guys watch as Periwinkle, who's he's a very large boy, carries kind of just pulls the cart out from around the building. And it's not bad. It's got four wheels. It doesn't the craftsmanship of it isn't great. It's definitely not the best cart you guys have ever seen, but it is a cart. That is for sure. It's not covered though. It is not a covered cart.
Okay, okay.
Make that very clear.
I will glance at Periwinkle and I'll hand him a silver piece and I'll say, "Well, thank you, dear. I appreciate that, bringing it around for us."
Well, Uncle says I'm not supposed to talk to customers, but
Well,
thank you for buying from us.
of course, we need a cart, and it looks as if you're the only folk in town that have one. So it worked out for the best, I think.
Well, good luck wherever you guys are going.
Oh, thank you,
He,
Periwinkle.
he kind of just begins walking back inside. You guys now have a cart. Congratulations.
I,
And I now get to add a cart for every random encounter that we do.
beautiful.
That's the meat.
Attach. I say, all right, well, let's strap her to Olivia and get on the road.
Okay, so you guys all hop up in the cart that you guys purchased quite fairly and legally, and start moseying on down the road.
There's a reason I put buying in quotes.
I look at James. I'm like, damn, I hadn't seen that part of you. It was a little scary, a little bit. So
What did it end up costing you? I can put in my part.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got it covered, dear.
I'm a man with deep pockets, thankfully. I was blessed with them as a young child, and now I can finally give back to those who have given to me.
Okay. But if you ever, I can always help out.
And so, you guys begin making your way through this little valley here towards the trees to the southwest. Making your way across the bridge, doing some zigzags there across the bridge, and then eventually you guys come to the gallows, and you see there's a bit of an intersection here. Which way would you guys like to go?
Well, first I need to ask how long it's been.
Well, it's a minute per square,
Oh, okay. Cool.
so like 10 minutes.
Cool. Because I can't wait to pop out of this wild shape and look at everybody and be like, okay, now.
Now what?
There is a sign here that does point us towards Valaki, right? Valaki.
Yeah, I'll read the description up for it again. Give me one sec. An open gallows crease in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope advances from its beam. The well-worn road splits in here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions: Barovia Village to the east, Sir Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft Vallaki to the southwest.
Off to the southwest, it seems.
Do we so us as characters, we know that the path to the north is going to be a footpath. Do our characters wouldn't know as much?
Your characters would,
Okay.
because you guys were down that way. And I mean, we could say like you guys make your way down that road and realize it's gonna be super difficult to travel by cart, and so you just double back, come back here.
Mhm.
If that's what ends up happening. So it's not like a crazy like game breaking thing for you guys to look ahead on the map.
Okay.
Uh,
I have wished now that we could have pressed him to give us horses instead, but because it looks interesting here on the map because I see something of a settlement down there up there by that pool, but
That is, if you remember, that is the Vistani like caravan.
Oh, right, that's
yeah.
where that was. That's where that. Yeah, so I think we'd head south and then go west. That's my idea.
Okay. Works for me.
All right,
Works
cool.
for me, dog. So you guys begin to make the trip this way, following the road through the trees. And again, this is like maybe 20 minutes or so, something like that. And eventually, you guys come to a bridge, and this is what it looks like. You follow the river to the base of a canyon. At the far wait, wrong one. You
That's
follow
from the
the dirt.
footpath.
You follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of the mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders from the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley.
Wow, that's pretty. I like that waterfall there. Look at
And
this
with
water.
that, the water is like it's almost crystal blue, and you can see down to the bottom.
Wow. Am I close enough to possibly, have a sip of it?
Oh yeah, you dip your hands in, and it is freezing cold.
Ooh.
It chills you to the bone the second you touch it. Like
So the weather just generally, is it chilly anyway?
it's generally pretty chilly.
Okay.
I'd say it floats around like 40s, 50s.
Uh-huh. But the water is probably possibly, even colder than that because
Yes,
it
the water it feels like it should be frozen,
interesting.
but it's not.
I
Curious.
I will cut my hand down and sip a bit and say, well, uh, this is lovely. I wonder if there's a hot spring around here. Really could do with a dip. But
A little dip do
yeah.
James is going to fill the barrel.
with water.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh, lovely. She says my hip's been bothering me. Been kind of achy lately, but if we find a hot spring, we're stopping, all right?
Well, all right.
All right. I didn't bring my suit, but I have my birthday suit with me, so that'll work fine.
There you go. How much does a full barrel weigh?
I'm
A
guessing
lot?
70 pounds because there is no like empty barrel weight.
Well, I don't know if the weight was for an empty barrel or if it's for the full barrel. It doesn't say either way.
I just don't think a full barrel would be, or I don't think an empty barrel would be 70 pounds. Regardless, it's heavy.
I literally do not know how much a barrel made of wood would weigh. and steel. I imagine it would be 70 pounds. I can't. There's no way for me to know.
Regardless, are you actually filling the barrel with water?
Okay, so I have an interesting factoid for you guys.
Okay.
As it turns out, an empty barrel, like your standard sized barrel, weighs 40 pounds when empty.
Huh.
So, a barrel the size of maybe like a 55-gallon bucket or something, or a 5-gallon bucket.
Empty barrels weigh anywhere from 75 to 120 pounds or so.
This is for a whiskey barrel. We're talking 53
right.
gallons.
Right. Whiskey
I'm gonna
barrel.
burn this barrel.
No, I'm learning shit because I'm interested to know because because being a DM, this might come up at some point.
Oh no, that's great. It's just
Look.
Olivia's sick and tired of this freaking
If
barrel.
we ever need to travel down the river quickly, we have a means to do it now. That's all I'm
Or if
saying.
we need to pull a solid snake and hide in it.
Yeah.
Do I need to repost the picture where it says barrels are good for everything?
Regardless, you now have a full barrel that weighs
A lot.
8. We're gonna go right in the middle, say 90 pounds.
Okay. Okay.
That is in the cart. Very good.
All
right. You continue right along. I'm gonna say you reach about here. The intersection. Even here in the mountains, the forest and fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening toward the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. And then you see, heading north west. Jiminy Christmas, that's bad. You see a set of gates identical to the ones you saw as you entered Barovia before. They're huge and iron that hang on the stonework, dew clinging with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying amongst the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
Oh. So the heads have been lopped off.
The heads are there. They're just very large and at their feet.
Oh, so it looks like the heads have been taken off the statues and placed on the feet, or just kind of been knocked off with something.
Like they just fell off.
Okay.
How long does your wild shape last?
An hour.
How you feeling there, Olivia? You all right? You look good. You look good. You look strong.
I will tell you as soon as the DM says if I can speak or not.
She smiles, knowing you can't respond. You're fine. You're fine. You're a good horse.
Someone remind me to learn to speak with animals when I can.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I do have animal friendship, so that's fun.
That doesn't work on me. It shouldn't. And if it does, I'm going to be upset about it.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you actually count as an animal now, so technically it would work the same way that like a fun person does.
Okay.
Well, we're here at this crossroads, and I'll.
My intelligence is higher than 4. Sorry, I had to say it that real quick. My intelligence is higher than 4, so nah.
Could have fooled me.
Oh my goodness! Was that necessary? That was.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I felt it. It felt good.
Wow, you cut her deep. Ooh. I'll say, Olivia.
Yeah.
Which way you reckon? And I'll kind of indicate at your hoof if you want to kind of pat at the ground and which way you'd like to go.
I use my left hoof. And I stomp vigorously. We gotta get going. Come on.
We do have two people who kind of know where they're going with us, so.
Yeah, Ismark and Irene are kind of just like that.
Oh, right.
Ismark kind of looks and he says, that road leads to the castle.
Oh, there where the noble is, the Strahd fella.
We shouldn't go that way.
Oh.
As soon as he says that, I start moving left.
And I'm kind of
Nope,
looking
nope,
behind me, in the cart, and I'm like, well, we'll come back. I certainly want to see this castle everyone talks about, or this Strahd fellow.
Yeah.
He seemed
He
awfully
did
nice
say
before.
that he did say that he needed to prepare a few things before he could invite us to dinner. So
Right. I haven't had a good dinner in a while, so I'm excited.
You guys aren't seriously gonna meet him, are you?
I don't see why not. He was awfully nice before when he talked to us about him and him inviting us for dinner. I mean, I'm not going to be rude. He's a noble.
Irina just kind of, yeah, that's probably because he wants to kill you.
Oh,
even if I could, even if I wanted to refuse his invitation, I am unable to, thanks to my gentleman's honor.
I would agree,
Well,
James Dean. I think that it makes sense for us to be civilized. And sure, he is a noble, and nobles are terrible people on the whole, but everyone's got some good about them. Everyone. Doesn't matter who you are. There's some good about you.
well, good luck with that. We're gonna go where it's safe, hopefully. With that, you guys begin making your way towards the gates. Um, as you guys approach these rusted gates, they seem to supernaturally just kind of and then just slowly open as you guys enter. A lot like the gates from Jurassic Park, except not like that because
Ooh.
it's scary. It's like spooky Jurassic Park.
Oh,
And
I'll say, well, that's strange. Maybe I should detect some magic on that to see what that is. Do you mind we stopping for 10 minutes to I want to see, you know, does it have some kind of sensor or something?
sure,
I would like to,
I'm gonna be honest. This is Chris. I don't know. I don't know what does this.
Oh, okay. It's just part of the world of this plane.
You know what? Actually, yeah, I will say that casting your detect magic, you do kind of look it over and you get the same kind of feel. Like you don't get any magic feel from it. It's the same kind of, I don't know, like aura that the rest of the world is giving off.
Ah,
Um, it's just one of those things.
okay.
Did we wait the 10 minutes to do the ritual?
Yeah.
Ooh, did we?
Oh, well, that's what she's kind of asking, as in a way, like she's saying, well, we're obviously going to stop and do a thing because she wants to do it. But if you don't want to, I mean, obviously she'll just be like, oh, that's fine, you know.
No, she's still a horse.
I mean, if you want to stop, we can stop. You can tell me to stop.
I'll pat your neck and I'll say, Olivia dear, let me just see what this is because, this ain't like home. I mean, shit doesn't just open when you come up to it. And I guess she would detect magic and she would say, well, that makes no sense at all. There's no magic in it. It's connected to this land somehow. Oh, I'm confused. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
All right, do you guys continue on?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she'll sit back a little more quiet as we head along, and she'll kind of get quiet and not really. She was chattering the whole way, I think, but she'll get kind of quiet once we start off.
Okay. Heading up one more little square here. You guys are making your way through these trees here, and as you guys kind of meet this bend and begin making your way around, Olivia turns back into a person.
Yeah, so like the whole thing about a cart is that I always have to be a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that in character.
Viola is still sitting up on the cart, I'm sure the front of the cart has kind of hit the ground in the mud, and Olivia's just sitting there, kind of looking off into space, kind of just pensively, kind of thinking. She's not really saying
You mean
anything.
Viola?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I keep doing that. Damn it.
We said it
I
had
just
4
don't-
wheels, so it probably wouldn't have hit the ground.
When we get to town, I need to take a break, okay, guys?
What's that? What's that? Oh,
If-
you're a person again.
Hello. I
Hi.
can only do this for like an hour,
Uh,
twice a day, unless, I take a break. So,
what kind of
just,
break?
I'm
Wait,
just,
do you need to sleep?
no, just like a light nap or just
Right.
a break, just a rest.
Right.
Just
would
a
be nice.
quick juice box break.
Yeah, I don't.
In the meantime,
I do a
maybe
little
me-
minute stretch with my human body, or gnome body.
Gnome
Gnome body.
Oh yeah, I guess. I think I
Yep.
did. I think I did say the same thing too. What were you saying, James?
Jane, if perhaps me and Ismark there might be able to take over for a while, if you agree, Ismark, while we let our horse friend rest.
It's okay. I can do it again. I just if we get to town and stop, I need to take a little. So. I prefer being a horse sometimes, so it's fine. I'm just telling you so that it's not a surprise when we stop somewhere.
Mirabelle.
Mm-hmm.
While this conversation is occurring, you kind of absentmindedly just turn and just kind of like scope out the trees and everything like that while everyone's talking. And you see a form in the woods. You see a gaunt figure with wild hair and bare feet bounding towards you on all fours, wearing a tattered gown of stitched animal skins. You can't tell whether it's a man or a woman. It stops, sniffs the air, and then laughs like a lunatic. The ground nearby is crawling with tiny twig monsters. And as they kind of form up from the roots, you watch as this wild-dressed gentle person, begins moving towards your group, and it stands, and it looks at all of you, and they say, "Strahd is the land." Roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Ah!
Oh god! What is that thing? What the crap?
Are we gonna be on a map?
Of course.
Because we should wait to click on our
Oh, yeah.
token.
Yeah.
Well, look at that! It's
Good
a new
point.
friend. We've just made a new friend, and I'm excited. This is going to be fun. And you already have the card up. That's really, really good.
Thanks.
Wow.
Luckily, I had one on retainer.
So I got good news, bad news. Good news is that James rolled an 18 for initiative. The bad news is it wasn't on his token.
Yikes.
So do you want me to re-roll that, or?
You failed D&D.
You can click to re-roll and then place. I'm pretty sure you can switch it out yourself. If not, I'll do it.
Yeah, you can just click on the number next to under the turn order, and you should be able to fix it.
I really like that second number a lot better.
Twig monsters, and I'm not even in my wild shape.
Oh no.
I was like, gosh, all the damage I could do as a horse.
Look at this horse. This horse is amazing.
See and Bremo. See and Bremo. Bree and Bremo learned how much damage horses can do.
Horses are vicious.
They're pretty badass. Sorry, I'm beginning to realize there are lots of characters I need to be cognizant of. Okay. So, first and foremost, bam. Then, bam. Then, bam. Then, bam.
I would like
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I can do this, but I would like to try. I would like to replace one of those 21s with the 6 from the portent. if I could. I don't.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Second level, when you finish the long rest, you roll. So I got a 6 and a 16. I would like to replace maybe the druid with a 6 if I could.
Okay, so I don't want to be a stickler, but it says you can place any attack roll, saving throw, or ability
Ooh.
check.
Okay. So what does initiative count for? Is it just separate then?
I think it's a special. I think it's a
Ah.
special.
Well,
I'm pretty
it only applies to your own, doesn't it? You can't.
No, it says
can you
or any
replace-
creature you can see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Oh.
initiative counts as a skill check because when I checked Jack of all trades on my character sheet, it also applied to my initiative.
So it's a skill, not an ability. So yeah, it's a skill like acrobatics and yeah, so it doesn't replace. Okay, very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no on that one.
All right, cool. I've learned something. Very good.
I will. Sorry about that. Okay, and it's just initiative. It's not that big. Not that big
I
of a
know,
thing.
but I wanted to see if it would work. But you're right. That's definitely a skill check. Yeah.
Okay. Viola, what is your dexterity?
Oh, let's see. 14, which is +2.
14. Okay, so you will be going first.
Yay! Wow, I never roll good for initiative with a.
But you're also playing an old lady.
Yeah. She's very observant. I think
Okay.
a lot of times she pretends that she isn't. But so let's see. I see the twig fellas, but I don't think I see the druid guy. So we're on the path here, and I would like to. So I saw the apparent the strange looking fellow. Where was he exactly?
He's down here.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, once Mirabelle points him out, and you see he's got crazy eyes.
Mm.
You know it's time to
yeah.
time to party.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I think I would like to charm him.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Wisdom save. DC 13.
Okay. DC 13.
Yeah, I see a friend coming out of the woods there, and I think, oh well, you seem to be having a bad day. I think we need to actually talk about stuff. I like to know you better and learn about your life and that type of thing. And yeah, it's charmed by me. So at this point, I think I would like to recommend that it doesn't hurt us, me and my companions.
Okay. Yeah. So he kind of stands up, and you guys get ready to battle. And Viola, you cast the incantation. As it passes your lips, you watch as his wild eyes continue to be wild. But he just kind of stands up and kind of looks over, and he just looks over at you, and he says, "Hello, friend."
Beautiful. Yeah, and I was just checking, and it's not. Yeah, I keep forgetting which is concentration and which isn't. So, yeah, he's just charmed by me.
I'm just like this now.
I'm
This
just
is
like
how I am.
cool. All right, and she'll do that, and she would. Let's see. She would not like to be. She will move closer to him. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. She'll go here,
Okay.
and that's her turn.
Okay. All right. His turn. He's charmed. You didn't tell him to do anything, so he's just kind of gonna look at you and look at everyone else and just, well, hey there, everyone. And then
Cool.
the twig blights are under his control,
Ooh,
so they don't do anything either.
ooh, interesting.
I
Well, Oh, okay. You rolled them all on one. So yeah. So I guess none of them. Did they?
So,
Okay.
no, none of them. They're all under his control, and that's you hit the guy thing. So
Beautiful.
that's that, I suppose, for an hour.
Well,
We don't stand here for an hour.
well, I mean, it's James Dean's turn, so I guess, that's interesting. Let's see.
yeah, I guess we'll go through the rounds, and if anybody wants to fuck this up. Okay, so the Swing Blades do nothing. James Dean, you're standing there and you watch as Viola casts a spell, and it kind of changes the behavior of the druid fellow. And then the twig blights that were kind of rising up from the roots of these trees just kind of stop where they stand and do nothing. What would you like to do?
Well, it's been nice meeting you, friend, but unfortunately, we gotta get our mosey on. James is gonna try to like pick up some of like the stuff that was connecting the cart to the horse, and
Mhm.
he's going to try to like pull it while somebody else pushes.
Yeah, I'd say Ismark kind of begins giving you a hand with that. Once it gets to his turn, Olivia, do you want to do anything?
I'm like, everybody, can we just get the fuck out of here? And I turn into a horse.
Ismark and Irina take your guys' lead. Mirabelle, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, no, I want to go.
Okay. And with that, you guys have solved my druid puzzle.
Ooh.
You get no experience points because I'm not doing experience points.
I don't know if I can actually talk to him in a charm state or say, who are you?
No, I'm just your friend now. We're just friends forever. We're
Yeah.
good, super good friends. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, my name is Viola. What's your name, dear?
Oh, the DM didn't roll me a name prior to this moment because he thought you guys were just gonna fight and kill me. So now I'm going to go ahead and just roll for that in my good book of names here. And I'm just going to do that really fast.
Fuck
And
yeah.
give myself a name. And my name is
Albert.
Bogomir.
Bogomir. Well, it's quite nice to meet you, Mr. Bogomir. My name is Viola Alabaster. I'm from.
Well, hey there, Viola.
Hello, dear. Hello. I have charmed you, if you're wondering what's going on. You probably think, well, everything's okay, and everything's fine, everything's good. We're friends, you and I. So why did you, do you remember coming out of the forest and wanting to kill us and all that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that exactly? Do you know? Do you even know why?
Oh, well, Strahd wanted me to, so.
Ah, interesting. The Strahd
Yeah,
fella.
Strahd is the land. He is
Strahd's
everything.
the land. Yeah, Strahd's the land.
He controls the weather, he controls the land,
Right.
he controls everything, and he
Right.
is the god of this place, so we worship him and do his bidding.
Oh, he's the god of this place. He's not just a noble. He's the quote, air quotes, god of this place. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's me and my brothers, and we worship him at Yester Hill.
Yester Hill. Whereabouts is that on my map here?
Oh, you got a map? I can show you right on the map here. Let me do this real quick, and I'll just move to the thing, and then we'll do this.
The whole time, Viola's kind of sweating bullets. She's trying to, she's like, ooh, information.
Yester Hill is going to be about right here. A while ago, there were these adventurers who came. It's far to the east. If you're looking at the map and you're like zoomed in really close, it's actually like really far back. You got to zoom out a little bit and then look to the west. I said west. That's what I said. I said west, not east. East is the opposite way. There were some adventurers a long time ago who came by and tried to cut down the tree there. But we killed him before he was able to. So now his axe is lodged in the tree. So that's there. And there's other cool stuff there too. If you should come by sometime, and me and my brothers will welcome you.
Well, I would absolutely love to do so. And we're new in Barovia, and
Oh, okay.
we've met Mr. Strahd. He's a fine gentleman.
Yeah, he's God.
Okay, that's nice. Um, well,
Hmm.
it's been delightful meeting you, and we're gonna go now. Um, you stay
Oh,
here for another like 55 minutes and
yeah.
count to 1,000. Count to 1,000.
I'll just keep. Yeah, okay. I'll stay here and I'll just keep doing that, and then I'll wait for you to get back.
You bet. We'll be back real soon, like. Yeah.
All right. I look forward to it. You're my
Okay.
best friend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's good. I like you too, Mister Fella. And she's already forgotten his name.
All right. I will say that time didn't count towards your wild shape.
Thank
Uh, so you guys,
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
did really good at my combat, and now are making your way away from this place.
Seriously though, what if we do Curse of Strahd and just pacifist this whole thing? That'd be really cool.
Ooh, oh my God. Yes, Viola is here for that. She wants to make friends.
Vince only has support spells,
She
so
wants to be friends with everybody. She's interested to learn about folks and she wants to know about their lives and that type of thing. She just has an interest in people. She's a people person.
Okay.
She's like
Okay.
she's like, I would rather be your friend than blow you away with a firebolt, but I do have firebolt, so I could possibly burn your face off. But if I'd rather be your friend.
Best friend. Okay. As you guys are making your way down the road here, it's pretty easy going from here once you guys get out of the woods. You come to a place where the road kind of branches off to the west, and you kind of follow the road up a little bit, and it leads up to a what appears to be a kind of windmill, like a big windmill. Let me see if there's a description for it from the distance. The old Spallage Road transitions here from being a winding path down the Balinock Mountain to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. Dark and still. A branch of the road leads west to the promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare. So that town is here. That's Valaki on your guys' map. So yeah, you see like a rough looking windmill there. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, this isn't where we're going.
we've
Well, you
only
know
got an hour on this horse, and we got to get the most out of it.
Or she'll be angry.
Viola's very interested in the windmill, but she's like, yeah, I reckon we need to keep going.
I mean, we can maybe come back.
Yeah.
Very good. You know what? No, you didn't. Never mind. Oh, it doesn't matter. You're here. Okay. You guys reach the edge of a walled city, which I will describe for you here. The old Svalich Road meanders into a valley watched over by dark brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. And you see two gentlemen standing behind the gates as you guys approach. One of them kind of looks out to you and says, "Hey, stop there." What do you guys do?
Oh, I stopped.
Okay. Do you guys work for Strahd?
The horse shakes its head.
How about the rest of you?
No?
No.
Work for him?
All right, it works for me. And you see the other guy kind of looks. No, you idiot. Prove you don't work for Strahd.
How are we supposed to
How?
do that?
I don't know. Just say it again, but like more sure.
Okay, I'm gonna use
I, James D. Beauregard, do not work for Strahd in any professional capacity. Will you grant me entrance to this town?
yeah, what he said.
I will minor illusion the visage of the same Strahd that I saw in and I will eviscerate him with a minor illusion. I'll say,
As you guys are trying to prove and everything, Irina just kind of steps forward and says, "Hi, I'm the daughter of Indirovich." And he goes, the guys just go, oh, and they kind of reach and quickly open up the gates and everything. We're sorry, the burgomaster, he's inside.
Oh, I see
Clip,
this.
clop, clip,
I see
clop.
this this valley's big enough for 2 burgomasters.
There are a lot of them. And eventually you guys make your way into the village of Vallaki. The village itself is it kind of run down. The streets are kind of muddy, and there's a few people out and about. It's not nearly as hopeless as the village of Barovia looked. This is the town. You guys are down there in the corner there. Except for him. This boy's not there. Yeah, you see there's a main road that kind of runs all the way through, and it splits off like in the middle, so there is like a center of town if that's the way you guys want to go. At this point, it has been like an hour. No, it's been 2 hours. So
Poof.
you guys, yeah, once you get in and everything, it's like right when you get to the center of town, you poof back into
Well, that was fun.
gnome form. In the center of town square, if one will. It's in here somewhere, I promise. There's a description for it. Pretty sure. There it is. The shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude, plastered donkey heads. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations. Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendees and children required. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well, the Baron.
What the fuck?
well, they're having a nice little festival. I wonder if they have a cakewalk, because
Why do they need pikes?
Why do they need children?
Well, I mean,
why is it required that they have children?
Well, maybe they just want people to come and have a good time.
Where do they get the funding for the pikes?
Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Olivia, but with a name like the Wolf's Head Festival, I think it's a logical leap that one might stick the wolf head on a pike.
That's barbaric.
Right. I wonder if they have a cakewalk, because I really like to make my specialized cake and add it to the running there. If they have some kind of bake off, or something to that effect.
Well, if we needed to add something to a cakewalk, I still have the pastry.
Oh, you do. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let's see about this festival. I'd like to look into this festival.
Well, Irina, Ismark, is this where you wanted to be, or did you need to go somewhere else?
No, we're trying to head further to Kreska, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little interested.
Oh, you
I,
have never
I've
been
got
to this place?
no, I've got morbid curiosity here. I've spent my life kind of in the village. I don't know what that is. And what about those people in the stocks?
Oh, they probably done something bad.
I can only
The
assume they've
children?
made asses out of
I'm sorry, what?
themselves.
There are two
I'm
young
alright, it's not
boys
water.
in the
I'm
stocks.
good, babe.
This is
Do
very.
they smell like werewolves?
Do you smell them?
I don't know. Can I?
I mean, yeah, you can. You can smell anything you want.
Can I do a
I'm not,
perception check and
I'm
see
not
if
like
it
the
reminds me of
I'm
a
not like the
werewolf?
smell police. I'm not gonna stop you from smelling things. If you want to smell something, you smell it.
You're not a. Oh no, nope. I can't smell.
Yeah, you walk up. It smells like they do smell dirty. I will say that they smell like they've been. They smell kind of. Uh, they smell kind of um, like they haven't washed in a while. They've been out here for a while.
Oh, I forgot to change my name when I rolled that.
This is so weird.
Well, if there is a Baron, I may be able to acquire some leverage with him, thanks to my noble birth.
As you guys are kind of talking, you watch as this strange man enters the town square. A bunch of people kind of look up from what they're doing as he walks up. He seems to be kind of hunched over, kind of disfigured, and he kind of like drags the foot behind him as he moves, and he's flanked on both sides by two guards. And as they're kind of moving through the town, he kind of points to one of the proclamations that you guys saw that mentioned the Wolf's Head Jamboree, and he says, "Tear that down and place up the new one." And the guard walks over, rips it down, and slathers some paste onto a wall and slaps a new proclamation onto it. And they just kind of do that through the whole thing. And the new proclamation reads, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendance and children required. Rain or shine. All will be well. The Baron."
Well, unfortunately, it seems like we've missed one festival, but it seems we're in good luck to be in time for another.
Yeah, it does. It does. Um, uh, I will look towards Maribel and I'll say, uh, are you all right, dear? I know this is a lot to take in, and I know I'm putting on a brave face, but
Oh yeah, it's a little peculiar, but
well, I guess it's good that they're civilized folk. Festivals tell me that they like to have a good bit of fun, maybe, or something like that.
As you say that, Viola, you kind of look over at the people around you collecting water from the fountain, and everyone here looks miserable.
Oh,
Everyone's dirty, and a lot of people are very like dangerously thin. Um,
uh, do
yeah.
they know how to wash themselves? I mean, maybe they literally have no soap. 'Cause I have soap. Maybe I could uh I would like to kind of walk towards maybe one of the younger folk
Mhm.
and say, "Hello, dear. Um, do you have soap?"
He kind of the little boy kind of checks his pockets. Not on me.
Oh, did you know what soap is, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're awfully dirty, dear.
Oh. Um.
Does
Yeah.
you
There's a lot of mud here.
Viola.
what? I'm trying to help. Cleanliness is next to godliness. You need to be
Maybe
clean.
these aren't godly people.
Oh, right. Okay, well, off you go. Be good. Don't. Uh, right. Um,
Okay,
okay. What's your name? What's your name?
I have a very good name.
Oh, I recognize you, Jimmy. I'd recognize you anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm my name is Radomir.
Radomir. Well, I'm Viola. We're new in town, and uh, you're awfully thin. Are you hungry?
Do you have food?
I I've got some rations. I've got a bit of hardtack and jerky. Uh, I actually cured this jerky myself. Would you like a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. And I kind of hand him a bit of the ration that I have.
Or he takes it and he actually runs off.
Oh. She's like, oh, well, bye,
You
Radomir.
watch as he runs across the square, and he runs to a woman who's kind of dressed in rags, sort of, and he kind of just holds it up to her, and she looks at him for a second, looks at it, and then you see her kind of scold him, assuming
Oh,
that he stole it, and then she kind of just
ooh.
puts it in her pocket, and and takes his hand, and they walk away.
Oh, these people are hungry, it looks like.
Y-
All
yeah,
right.
something is unusual here.
Maybe we ought to go to the inn. There's usually information at the inn that we can collect from, you know, kids like Radomir.
Are there any animals around?
Do make me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know where my sheet went. Okay, hang on.
We're gonna
I
use
promise.
dice.
I promise it's in there somewhere. With a 10, you can
Oh, Jesus,
smell some. You can smell some animals in the air. But you don't spot any immediately. Okay. You are. You kind of look around, and as you guys mentioned the inn, you see gray smoke issuing from the chimney of a large two-story building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. And that would be this building, yeah.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Right in town square.
So it just depicts it doesn't say the actual name of the
Are you
inn.
guys going in?
And so the weary travelers enter.
Okay. Stepping inside, you enter a relatively cramped area. I can actually show you on the Macaroony here. They got a map for this place.
Oh, lovely. Um, I'm playing Waterdeep, and the maps are pathetic, if I have to be honest. I think that's the general consensus right now. Everyone's pretty upset about the maps, but yeah.
I've been playing it, but we haven't been using the maps, so.
Well, I mean, there isn't much to see, but yeah.
Okay, so this is the entrance here. I'm pretty sure it's blocked off. Yeah, I'll just open that up for you guys to see. Bow. So you guys should be able to just move right on the side, see what's going on, see what's happening. Um,
This building up here is like just a small kind of like shed, I guess.
yeah, that's like a. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's like a shed. You actually do see. Yeah, just like a shed of like tools and materials and stuff like that for repairing walls and furniture.
Okay. I'll step up to the steps and I'll say, well, I reckon we can go on in, and I'll look back to Irina and Ismarch is still with us, right?
Yes, they're still with you guys, and they'll come inside as well.
Okay.
Now, y'all, can I ask just a small favor? Would you allow me to work the crowd a little bit before we go around asking questions?
Hmm. Uh, yeah, I think that's actually a good idea. These folk, they seem kind of down and out, don't they?
Sure enough. Does James hear any like music coming from inside?
At this point, it's not too late in the day, so there aren't too many people in here. But so no, I would say you do not hear any music playing or anything like that. But you watch Irina kind of step in and take a seat over on this side. Stepping inside, you do see the following. Behind the bar, you see a woman. She's quite tall, and she has a bit of a hawkbill nose and a warm smile. And she's currently conversing with a half-elf man. He's very colorfully dressed, and he speaks with a very thick accent. You see, he's kind of waving his arms around. He's telling some story. In the corners here, uh, these two specifically, you see a man with a long, straight beard. Um, he's kind of got a. Let me look at the right one. Yeah, he's kind of got like a long black cloak that's lined with fur, and he is currently balding. And you see a man next to him with he's a little shorter than the other man with greasy brown hair, a very thin goatee, and he's wearing kind of rough hide leather. Finally, you see two other men currently well into their cups, one of which is quite tall. They're both quite tall. They seem to be around the same height. One of them has like a pig nose, just kind of like a pushed up nose, and he's not great looking, and he kind of has a well groomed beard, but doesn't really help his facial situation. And the other guy is a little better looking. He doesn't have quite as disturbing a nose. They both have kind of shoulder length blonde hair, and they're sitting there and they're drinking. They have quite a few glasses of wine before them. Um, what do you guys do as you step in?
James is going to take a seat where he is currently sitting,
Hmm.
and he is going to begin. He's going to unsheath his dobro and begin plucking a tune on it. And specifically, what he's looking to do is this.
Oh, do you have like a special secret thing? Yeah.
Rolling performance.
I was wondering what kind of bard you were. Now I know.
So, yeah, starting at third level, if you perform for at least 1 minute, you can attempt to inspire wonder in your audience. At the end of the performance, choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you who watched and listened to all of it, up to a number equal to your charisma modifier minimum of 1. Each target must succeed a wisdom saving throw DC against your spell DC or be charmed by you. While charmed in this way, the target idolizes you. It speaks glowingly of you to anybody who talks to and hinders anyone who opposes you, although it avoids violence unless it was already inclined to fight you on your behalf. This effect ends on a target after 1 hour if it takes any damage, if you attack it, or if it witnesses you attacking or damaging any of its allies. If a target succeeds on a saving throw, the target has no hint that you tried to charm it.
Okay.
Glamour bar.
Correct. And he is specifically going to be targeting the bartender, the half elf she is talking to, and one of the two incredibly drunk men.
Okay. Um. One sec. One sec. just to make sure that things aren't all wonky. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to whisper this one. Okay. What is your spell save DC?
1 moment.
Okay.
It is 14.
Well. Um. So he makes it. And then you said one of the drunk men?
Yeah, one of the drunk men.
Alright.
Well, I'm glad I decided to use my charm ability.
Well, jumpin' G Willikers. Yeah, so all three of them are gonna go ahead and make that. I'm aware that there's not a third one in there, but I did whisper that one because reasons. Yeah, so you play through the whole thing, and it's very good. And everyone seems to be kind of interested, like it's kind of unprovoked. And while you're playing, eventually the bartender kind of gets your guys' orders and everything like that. You guys have a choice here. You may have a pint of purple grape mash number 3, or the superior Red Dragon Crush. Which would you guys prefer? The grape mash is 3 copper pieces. The Red Dragon Crush is 1 silver.
I decline, and
Okay.
I start a short rest if I can.
I'll let you know.
Establishing that I have my
Alright.
head on the table. I'm
Jazz is going to partake of some Red Dragon Crush.
I'll
Okay,
say, which is more potent?
That would be the Red Dragon. Okay. This is the bartender, and she just kind of looks over and she says, "I would say the Red Dragon Crush is the superior drink.
All right.
It's also a little pricier, if that's okay."
How much pricier are we talking about?
Well, it's 3 copper for the Great Mash, and then a silver for the Red Dragon Crush.
It's good stuff then.
It's the good stuff.
She'll kind of look into her coin purse and say, "Well, my goodness, we just got into town and I'm so very tired. I think I'd like a sip of your grape mash, if that's okay. Maybe I'll try the red stuff later."
Sure, that's 3 copper, please.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Irina has the same. Irina is marked at the Red Dragon Crush, and you guys kind of settle in for the night, or settle in for the time being. Aside from a couple glances you guys get from the 2 gentlemen on the far side of the bar, no one really bothers you. Viola sitting next to the colorfully dressed half elf man. You hear him kind of telling a story about his circus. He says, "There was a time when my tiger was beautiful and would jump through the flaming rings," and it's kind of along those lines for the entirety.
Okay.
As he speaks, his arms are kind of very wide, and he gestures kind of very heavily. And at this point, I'd say it's around like noon or so.
Okay. I'll kind of look over there and I'll say, could see a tall tale when I know a tall tale when I see one. And I would like to roll insight to determine if his tale is as grandiose as he's making it sound.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Have it out. I don't like how the default option is never whisper rolls.
Oh, right.
Because if I don't want you guys to know what I'm rolling,
I know, right? You have to go in there and change it.
you're kind of listening into him and listening to what he has to say and everything like that, and you pick up like he's very clearly with your 20. First and foremost, he's not telling the whole truth, and he's doing a bit of a voice. He's been doing a bit of a voice.
Oh, interesting. So he's trying to perform, possibly.
Yeah, I would say it's deceptive.
Okay. I'll look over at him and say, you say you know, how tigers fight and how tigers act, but, well, I've seen a tiger myself, and, I think you're not quite right on some of those facts you got there. But, it's certainly an interesting tale nonetheless.
As you're kind of saying this, he's kind of sitting up straighter, and he's looking around kind of nervously. And you see he kind of narrows his eyes towards you for a moment.
She says, no need to be anxious, my friend. My name is Viola Alabaster. What is your name?
I am Rictavio. Are you new here?
Well, yes. As it turns out, I am new here. We just got into town, me and my companions.
That's very interesting.
I thought you
I
would.
would like to hear about where you're from. Do you think maybe you could stop by my cart around midnight tonight, by
Midnight.
chance?
Yes, midnight sounds like the perfect
Mm.
time. Where exactly is your
You will find it in the Aresk. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Let me look at the word.
Okay, go ahead and spell it if you would.
Sure, I'll type it in the chat.
All right, cool.
It's the Arasek Stockyard. You will find my cards in there, and then you may be able to see my tiger with your own eyes.
Possibly.
Getting kind of gross.
She says, possibly. We've only been in Barovia for a small amount of time, but me and my companions, I think, we're slowly becoming accustomed to how things run around here. It's quite nice to meet you, Mr. What's your name again?
Rictavio.
Very good. I really would like to try this this red wine, I believe it is. I don't know the name of it exactly. I've forgotten. You see, my mind comes and goes.
The Crush?
Yes, the crush. Would you buy me just a small sip, if you wouldn't mind?
Rictavio? You're asking Rictavio to buy you? Hello?
What was that? What was that?
You're asking Rictavio to buy you a glass?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. He'll get
Okay.
you a glass of that good.
All right, very good. She'll
Uh,
say, "Why,
all right.
thank you."
Well, while that conversation is going down, Olivia, you said you were taking a little nap.
Yeah, I'm just resting my eyes. I'm like trying to make sure Viola doesn't like do something stupid with this random stranger. But other than that,
Okay, James, you're playing your dobro. Mirabelle, what are you up to in this little place?
Uh, just kind of listening and looking around to see what. I don't know. Everything seems so bizarre here. Um, the people are miserable, but they have multiple festivals, and this guy's asking people to meet him at midnight. That's just normal. I don't know. She's confused, and she's keeping an eye on.
Okay. As you're kind of sitting there, you watch as this door back here opens up, and a young kind of comes and kind of walks up to the woman behind the bar and like tugs on her skirt for a second. She looks down and whispers something in his ear, and then points over to your table. And then he kind of comes back around and comes over to you guys and says, "Hi, would you guys like any? We have stew on right now.
what kind of stew?
It's a hot beets hot beet soup.
So there's no meat?
Nope, it's all vegetables.
Okay,
We
I
have
would like to
we
try
have
some.
we do have wolf steak, but
Nope,
they're cooked to order.
nope.
No, okay.
Stew.
I will take a wolf steak if you would be so kind, young lad.
The food is free if you're willing to stay the night.
Wait, excuse me?
You don't have to stay the night here, obviously, but you could get the food for free if you stay the night. I mean, normally it's just 3 copper, but
Well,
I don't trust this kid. Can I roll an inside check on him?
No, I
I
think
don't like.
no, Olivia. I think you
I didn't say it out
misunderstand.
loud.
Well, okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
make an insight check.
Because I think Olivia is saying that like, oh, you can stay here and get your meal for free, and James is trying to point out that it's like you pay for your room, get the room free, or you pay for the room, get the food free.
Pay for your word and get the paper.
I trust this kid. Or I don't think he's lying or being suspicious, I guess. With my 8.
With your 8, you have not rolled. Yeah,
No, I know.
this kid seems on the level. He seems cool. He seems like a cool kid. He seems like he can convince you to buy him like cigarettes or something.
Oh, well, that's a stretch.
what's the cost of a?
That'll be 1 electrum piece.
Excuse me?
Electrum.
It's just this is the first game besides Spectrum, so it's just like what?
To you guys, there's special.
Well, I unfortunately cannot say that I have ever laid eyes on an electrum piece, but
That's
can
like
you?
that's about all we use around here.
Is
Plus,
there any
plus 2.
equivalent? Is there an exchange rate of some kind to gold?
Well, it's 5 gold, or 5 electrums, 1 gold.
Chris, out of character, you're fucking me up so bad right now.
Yeah, because yours is different.
No, the way I run Electrum is how Electrum's supposed to be run.
Well, I'm doing how it's in here.
I mean, that's fair. So, what? 1 Electrum is 2 silver? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay. How many beds come with a room?
Well, we only got the one room, but there's 4 beds. The other room's taken up by Mr. Rictavio over there.
I see. Well, I'd like to purchase the room for me and my compatriots.
Okay. That'll be 1 electrum, or 2 silver, or a fifth of a.
James is gonna hand the man hand the child 2 silver.
Okay, and he goes back. He takes it, heads back, and comes back out with a couple bowls of soup for everyone, and sits down. And then he kind of goes back behind them, and then disappears through this. You see these 2 gentlemen are still giving you guys kind of looks every now and then, but they seem to be keeping it. All right. So aside from that, is there anything you guys would like to do? Are you just gonna hang out here for a little while longer, or are you staying the night here? Seems like you're all right.
James, after about an hour or so, he's going to take a sojourn through the town. If anybody would like to join him.
I'll go.
I'll-
After an hour.
Okay. After a short rest,
I'm like a warlock all over again.
is Mark and Irina are willing to stay here if you guys are heading out. Viola, are you going with them?
I would like to hang out at the bar and eventually possibly talk to these fellows over here. But she's enjoying her wine slowly.
I need you to do me a favor and keep an eye on Viola.
Can do.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll be here to back her up in case anything happens. And with that, you guys make your way out into the town. We're gonna go ahead and do that first. That's cool, I guess. So the roads kind of split. You see, there's a bit. It kind of loops down to the south there, and the road goes east-west. And which way would you guys like?
So we passed a lot of stuff coming in from the east, so I think what James is going to do is James, if anybody else would like to put input in on this, I am perfectly fine doing that. But James is going to head south along that road and kind of follow it along the edge of town. And when it meets up back up with the main road, he's going to start heading back east along that big upper route.
Okay. So I will say, as you guys were coming through before from west, coming from the east, when you came through, you did see a stockyard, which likely, if you were if you were eavesdropping on, what's her face's on Viola's conversation, you figure that's probably what Rictavio is. And heading south, you come to. You don't see too many buildings of note. You do see a cramped shop with a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched, lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the "Is no Blinksy." Blinsky. They switch the letters.
Yep.
Is no fun, is no Blinsky. Do you continue on?
Where is that exactly?
That would be right.
Nice.
Yeah.
James has no interest in whatever that shop is selling.
Mirabelle, you're with him, correct?
Yeah. I'm just taking in the sights.
your gaze kind of lingers on this building just for a second as you guys are passing. And you see what you thought was a doll in like a weirdly fitting ballerina tutu. It suddenly moves.
Oh my.
It stands and kind of jumps across the window, and you realize it's a little. And it does a little jump, and then hops off of the.
Wait.
Huh.
We were supposed to look for an entertainer
No.
with a monkey.
Yeah.
Now, I have a sneaking suspicion of something. If you guys would follow my logic for just one. I overheard the man in the tavern mention he had some experience with the circus, and that there is a. Do you figure he could be the man we're looking for, or do you suppose there's another entertainer in this town?
Maybe we should go into the shop where the monkey is and find out.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably go.
Now, I have a small admittance here. I slightly unnerved by the presence of dolls. Maybe I should remain outside.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. We'll try and get some information, I guess.
Okay. You guys step inside of Linsky Toys. You see, kind of lining the walls, a collection of the creepiest dolls you've ever. You see a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched. A miniature gallows, complete with a trapdoor and weighted hang. A set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. A wooden string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings. A wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses. A ventriloquist dummy hat that looks like Strahd von Zarovich. And a doll that looks remarkably like Irina Kolya. And then finally, you see sitting behind a desk a very heavy-set man in purple robes and a moth-eaten gestures. And he looks out and spreads his arms out towards you guys as you enter. And he says, "Welcome, friends, to the House of Bliss, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain price. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little toy for a girl or boy." And he just he smiles at you guys. There's this very awkward smile as he's looking at all.
Where's the monkey?
And do you say that? Yeah, as you say it, the monkey kind of like leaps up onto the counter and then up onto his shoulder and wraps its tail around him.
Hello, monkey.
Monkey is not for sale. You buy toys, yes.
I was talking to the monkey.
What?
I can speak with beasts.
I know. He's just very
Now I'm telling the man. I was saying it in character. I'm speaking to the monkeys.
The monkey kind of cocks its head and looks at you. Says, you can talk?
Yeah.
People can't talk.
Well, I'm not like most.
What do you want?
I thought I'd say hi. I saw you in the window.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
The fat man feeds me.
The fat man feeds you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Can you feed me?
I can. Do I have any food?
You have rations and stuff.
I was gonna say I have rations if you don't.
I don't have rations.
Okay, so
I look
I'll
at
give you some
Mirabelle
of
and
my-
I'm like, hey, can I have some? Thanks.
Yeah.
And I hold it out for the monkey.
The monkey kind of leaps down onto your arm and just kind of gobbles it up. That was pretty good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. My name is Olivia. What is your name?
My name's Piccolo.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thank you. He put me in this tutu. I don't really like it because I can't poop. But
Well, here, hang on. Sir, your monkey hates the tutu. He can't poop.
He is my monkey, and I can make him wear whatever I want him. Listen, I mean, I can fix it so he can poop. Can you buy a toy?
I will, after I speak with your monkey. Piccolo.
Oh, I mean, to be, he's not really my.
Oh, did you steal him?
No, very nice man in colorful clothing gave me.
I look back at the monkey. I am done with this man. Piccolo.
Yeah.
Did this man... was he your original person? Your original human?
He's the last. Well, you're the last one who fed me now.
Who fed you before the fat man?
Boy, that man. That was Glass.
Okay. Does that kind of fit the description of the guy in the bar?
The guy at the bar was not wearing glasses. No.
Huh.
Glasses man. What else can you tell me about Glasses man?
Glasses man had
You.
he had a funny hat, and then he would wear the hat, and when he wore the hat, he didn't look like Glasses Man anymore, but he still smelled like Glasses Man. And Glasses Man would give me food. But then when he had the hat on, he wasn't Glasses Man, but he was still. And he would give me food as Glasses Man.
Out of the three fed you last, who do you like? Who do you like the most?
I mean, they all gave me food, so they're all pretty good.
Okay.
Although the fat man put me in a tutu.
Oh. He said he would try to make it work for you if you want.
That's good. Then I guess the fat man.
So the man
The
with
glasses,
the glasses.
the glasses man liked to travel in the rain, and I don't like.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That's perfectly reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you were with Glasses Man, did you talk to a lot of people, or did he talk to a lot of people?
He talked to a lot of people. Yes, he used to talk to. He used to talk to the people in the tavern. No, I have to double check something in my book.
He pulls out a book.
He's like, wait, I took notes.
He keeps a diary. That's cute.
No, but he got the big scary thing a while ago. He doesn't talk to too many people, and he always sounds funny when he talks to.
Okay. Big scary thing?
Big scary thing he keeps in the cage.
Oh, where's that at?
In the cage
Right, but where does he keep the cage?
on his car.
Oh, do you know where his cart is parked?
No,
Okay.
that was a little while ago.
You have been a great help. Can you, one more question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I grab a little more rations and give it to him.
Ooh, and he just cries. What's your question?
The big scary thing in the cage on the cart,
Mm-hmm.
did it look like a cat? Like a big cat? Or was it like a wolf?
Like a big
cat.
Like
a big
big cat.
Like bigger than the fat man?
It had knives for teeth.
Knives. Okay. Was it bigger than the fat man?
The fat man's pretty.
Right. Which one's bigger?
The cat.
The cat. Okay. Thank you, Piccolo. You've been
Do
a
you
great
have
help.
more food?
Actually, I look at Mirabelle. Can I have a little more?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand her some more.
I hand Piccolo some more.
Thank you. Blah, 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 blah.
Thank you, Piccolo.
Thank you for the. And he just kind of hops down. He hops down on the desk, and Blinsky kind of picks him up. Smush. So you said you would buy a toy? I have many wonderful toys. I am Toy Wizard. That is what I am called.
In Gnomish, I look to Mirabelle and I say, "There's one that looks like Irina here."
Yeah, I was thinking we should get that show her.
Okay.
How much for the doll over there?
The one of the
Yeah.
yeah. I cannot sell that.
Why?
That is for special person in town.
Who?
Well, why is it on your shelf if you can't sell
Because
just
it is
that.
beautiful.
it? Is beautiful.
Hmm.
May we know who in town is purchasing the doll?
His name is Isaac Stresny.
Eirik Strasny. Friend pointing back at the.
Those are special orders.
But
The man Isaac comes to me and says it looks like that. And so they look like your friend.
just that one. The other one looks like a vampire overlord, but that is neither. Did this Isaac Strasny mention to you why he wants a doll that looks like?
No, he just told me to keep making them. He doesn't even take them sometimes. I have a room full of these things.
May I see?
Sure. He takes you back, and he kind of brings you to a small room in his workshop. It's like a small cluster of these dolls. These Rina Kolyana dolls. He started, and it doesn't. You can tell he's gotten better with each one, but it only like marginally so. The first one is really bad, and it just gets worse, or it gets better and better and better until eventually you see the one that's out there right now.
Wait a minute. And it's all doll? This one version of this, or this many versions of the same doll?
Yes,
Kind of psychopath?
it is what he told me to make. He said he will burn down my shop if I don't make it.
I feel like you should burn down the shop anyway. This can't be a good sign.
I don't know.
Well, if you have so many of them, I mean, and he's not picking them up, he would never even know if you sold one to us.
I don't want my shop to burn down. I'm a Toy Wizard.
May I just take a look at the one that's completed out there?
Sure. You take a look at it. It's
I want to
it's
know
probably-
if there's anything on it that is not synthetic.
that is not synthetic.
I want to know if this is a freaking voodoo doll.
You can kind of look it over, and you can in your hands and everything like that, and look it over, and no, it's just made of like string.
There's nothing inside of it.
No, it's stuffed with cotton. That's it.
I don't like this.
Mm.
Remember, is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Blinsky, yeah, got it.
All
Alright.
Yeah, we'll have to. I wonder.
Yes.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe. Oh goodness, I'm gonna try and cast Charm Person.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay!
Now I have a serious question.
Yes.
Who here doesn't have Charm Person?
I don't.
Wow, we're gonna win this game. with
'Cause-
Charm Person.
Oh, I'm the only one out of us four that doesn't. Actually, nope, I do. I do have it, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Do you
I just don't have it prepared. Yes, I do.
Ah.
Druids do have it, yes.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a cool yes. That's gonna be a good.
Now Mike has to take it.
Oh, wow.
This is gonna be great. He kind of just sends it. Hello,
Hi. So,
my good friend.
yes. Are you? I really. It would make me. I'd be very, very happy if you would part ways with one of those dolls.
It is
Um,
yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I just want to show my
Remember-
friend what a wonderful image of her you've made.
Remember, is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Thank you. I'll send people here for sure. Okay. Olivia, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Really.
Bye. We'll come back.
I look forward to it. You were excellent customers.
Okay.
And you guys leave. James, you see Mirabelle walk out with a mobile covered in bats and a doll that looks strangely like Irina Kolyana.
James is hitting a sick freestyle on his harmonica right now.
James, we gotta go back to the bar.
Yep. Let's go.
Irina is not safe here. We gotta go now.
This is bad.
That's very unspecific.
We look at
Do you
this doll.
see this?
You make a fair point.
Guys, I'm gonna have to do a small retcon because
Oh,
I made a big oopsie.
it's not Irina, is it?
No, it's definitely Irina, but he doesn't have the room full of dolls.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Well, still, I mean, this one is still concerning.
But he does let you know that he does make them, and a guy Isaac comes by every month to get it.
Okay.
Oh,
to
he
get
doesn't
the-
have the room of Irina dolls. Isaac does.
Isaac has a room. There's
I didn't
still
say
room
that.
out there.
They're-
You didn't say that. Our characters don't know that, but we know it.
there may or may not be a room of dolls somewhere. it's not
That's
here.
still cause for concern.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not feeling any better about the situation.
One doll was enough for me to be like, we need to get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah, one perfect doll of your friend is a little
It's a
spooky.
bit much.
Yeah.
What did you learn about the monkey?
He is actually. Remember the guy in the bar that you said was like, oh, guy in the bar. We should watch out for him.
Was
you
my
say so?
intuitive leap correct?
Yeah, I think that's his monkey, and if that's so, he has a hat that makes him look like he doesn't have glasses.
Can James do like an Arcana check to see if there's anything that like rings a bell?
Do an Arcana check.
Because personally, that sounds magic.
Every little thing she does is magic. That, my friend, is a hat of disguise. You actually used to own one a while ago, but it got lost once your estate was taken.
Oh, I am familiar with an object such as that. One time I was invited to a masquerade in Waterdeep, and we were provided masks that would change our physical appearance. I assume it's the same kind of magic here.
So that means Viola is talking to somebody who's trying to pretend to be somebody else, which isn't good either.
And here I thought the tiger meeting them at midnight for showing her the tiger was a euphemism.
Oh,
We must
we're
leave.
in.
She
Let's
did
go.
too. She did too. She did too.
I'm like running to the inn.
Okay, so you guys eventually. So while all that was happening, we're gonna go back to the inn. This is occurring alongside. Actually, first, let's take a quick 5-minute break
Okay.
for
Okay.
potty break. Take 5, grab a drink, grab some water, do
Okay.
what you got to do. Be back at 9.
Okay.
Well, all right.
So, Chris, how is tonight's session going on your end?
Pretty good, pretty good. This whole charm person thing is it's getting out of
Pretty
hand, dog.
awesome.
We told you we're gonna pacifist ruin Curse of Strahd.
I guess so. I realized last time there was no combat, so I'm like, all right, I'll throw combat encounter in there, so everyone's feeling good. But you guys are just like, no, never mind.
To be fair, I want to punch something so bad.
Well, I can't
James,
just- I
the
can't just-
only combat spell that James has is Vicious Mockery.
Well, that's not.
That's a D4. That is a dagger spell.
That's a little dagger spell.
Also, apparently, I've been carrying around a chest all this whole time because it contains everything that's in my diplomat's package.
You have. Wait, say that again.
I've been carrying around like a full-size chest with me this whole time.
So you have a chest and a barrel.
Oh, the barrel's back on the cart, but I never specified that I put the chest on the cart because I forgot about the fact that I have 46 pounds worth of shit in a chest on my back.
So wait, when you were like, I had to get all my things together for this adventure, you just
Literally meant it.
you packed a chest full of shit and threw it up your. Do you have a back? Does it have a backpack?
No.
Oh boy.
I've got 2 daggers, 1 chest, 2 scroll case, 2 sets of fine clothes, 1 bottle of ink, 1 ink pen, 1 lamp, 2 flasks of oil, 5 sheets of paper, 1 vial of perfume, 1 thing of sealing wax, and 1 soap.
Oh, perfume. I don't know why you're not using that more often.
Well, it's because he hasn't had any fancy occasions to go to.
I feel kind of guilty.
Because you stole this man's beautiful doll.
I would have given it money.
I want to take the.
Gave it to me.
I want the monkey. I want Piccolo to be my friend.
I want that.
Oh, I should have asked for the monkey.
See, the thing is little did you know he's going to be instrumental when you fight Raditz.
What, the monkey?
Because it's the Dragon Ball joke.
Look, the monkey's going to lose an arm, and you're going to lose a brother, but that doesn't matter.
Masenko Penko Papa. That's the name of his attack. It's very good.
He kind of fell out of use there. He's fallen out of use recently.
Ew, Piccolo?
Yeah, I've been catching up with the modern seasons of Dragon Ball Z, and it's just like, wow, everybody who isn't Goku or Vegeta is literally worthless. Cool.
Man, that makes me mad. I just want Krillin to be good. Is everyone back?
Krillin is good.
I'm back.
Keely?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going back to the bar now. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
So in the bar, you were kind of talking to Rictavio, but you had mentioned that you kind of wanted to have a little bit of a discussion with your 2 buddies at the other end of the bar there.
Yeah. I think at this point she would have been heavily into one of her tales about her life on the high seas and the time she spent on several pirate ships. And coming in the party, I think she would have said, "Yeah, we seized a 12 ballista, 60-foot sloop, headed back out to sea the following 10-day from the harbor there, and we took the ship and we killed all the men and women or whoever was on it, and we took the ship." And at this point, she's just like randomly trying to tell tales of her time. And she would kind of look over at the guys over there at the seat, the both of them, and she'll look over at Rictavio and says, "It looks as if I've got an audience, so I'll meet up with you later. I'm going to go talk to these fellas over here."
Sounds good to me.
Very good, Rictavio. Very nice to meet you.
As you kind of step away, you see he kind of like leans forward after you get done your story about murdering people on the high seas and everything. And he just kind of takes a big drink from his glass and just goes, "Oh boy." And you make your way over to the 2 boys there.
All right.
They've got their backs against the stairs there. And here was a slight description for what it looked like. One sec. Also, after you get done, you watch as Danica, who is listening intently to your story. The Danica is her name. She introduced herself to you, but I just didn't do that because of words. Uh, Once you get done, she kind of excuses herself for a moment and heads in the back here. And then she's there. She's there for maybe a minute or two while you're crossing the room, and then she comes back out. But you eventually cross over and see two gentlemen, and they seem to kind of sit up as you approach to look at you. What do you say?
Well, do you mind if I sit with you young fellas for a minute? I've had maybe one too many drinks already. It's early still, and I'd like to introduce myself, if that's okay.
The man in the rough kind of hide patches just kind of grunts at you, and the other guy just says, "You may sit."
Why, thank you, she says, and she'll have a seat, kind of place her hands in her lap, I guess, as she looks over and sees the party entering through the doorway, and she'll look away at them and say, I'm new in town. My companions and me. We're interested to know about the town and the people that live here. My name is Viola. And what would be your names?
I'm Soldar.
Soldar. Ah.
I'm just going to type it in here because I think that's how you say it.
Soldar.
Soldar. And this is Yevgeny. We're hunters in the area.
Oh.
Sounds to me like you're in need of a guide.
Well,
We can do the trick. 5 gold pieces a day. We can get you anywhere you want in Barovia.
5 gold a day, really? Well, that's an awful lot of money.
Better than wandering blind.
This is true. It is. Yeah. Well, it's nice to know that. I'll talk to my companions about it and mention it and see what they have to say about that. I don't know where we're exactly headed after this, after we leave town, but I'm sure we could use a little bit of help, being new to the area and all that.
As you kind of begin getting up, you watch as Yevgeny kind of leans over and whispers in Zaldar's ear. He just says, "If you buy us drinks, we can give you directions."
What will you have?
I think we can do the mash.
All right.
The monster mash. Sorry.
She'll kind of snap her finger there at the bartender. Her name was Danica, you said?
Mhm.
She'll say, 2 monster mashes over here for my good new friends.
Coming right up. And the glasses are eventually brought out as you make your way over to the party.
The guy. No.
Which guy?
Never mind.
Okay.
Does anyone walk up as I'm sitting there enjoying drinks?
Are you... Oh, you go back to the bar and wait for your friends to come back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say after, 15, 20 minutes, you guys eventually come back in. You
Burst
see...
in.
Yeah, you see Olivia's kind of in a bit of a huff.
I'm gonna,
Irina.
yeah, beeline for Irina.
Okay, because Viola, you watch as your friends burst into the room
Well,
and then rush over to Irina.
okay, that's nice. Well, I've been here the whole time. I've been trying to make friends here with these new folks. What's happening? What does Irina have to do with this?
What's going
Irina.
on?
We were at this doll shop, and look at what we found.
That
I'm gonna pull out the doll.
that doll looks like me.
It looks exactly like you, and he even knows your name.
Well, it looks a little bit like.
He didn't.
I mean,
I will say, he did not know her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
maybe she has.
Okay,
Do you have a
this-
sister, Irina? You have a sister?
Hang on, Viola.
Well, I'm just okay.
Isaac Stasny. Do you know that name?
No, I can't say I do.
He said
He
that he's been making these every month for him.
all like
That's
a lot.
weird. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
And
I
he's
don't
in
like
this
that at all.
town. We should
I don't wanna
probably not be here.
We
should
can't
probably go.
stay here. Yeah, we have to go.
Viola, I'm sorry, but we should leave. She's
Well,
not safe here.
Well, it looks like her, yeah, but I know a lot
Every
of girls
month.
that look like that.
But he gets a doll made of her every month.
And they're different dolls every month?
No, it's the
No,
it's
the
the
same
same
doll.
doll.
It does look a lot like.
Got these little gnomes here, like freaking out.
As a point of order, James is not joining in this conversation. Instead, he's walking up to the bar next to the half-elf man, if he's still there.
Okay. That's cool.
It's just not normal. We
Mark,
can't stay
you
here.
have to have something to say about this.
Oh, that's the weirdest. That's probably possibly the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And I've lived here a while. And I've sort of seen some weird things.
Well,
Like I saw wolves like try to go through my door and like use it was. Yeah, this is weird.
well, you're awfully nice looking. I mean, maybe someone saw your face and was inspired. You know, that type of thing.
There's a
I've
difference
never-
between inspiration and stalking.
I've never been here before.
Ah, well, that is weird then.
Also, an important detail.
Also, I made friends with a monkey.
Ooh, a monkey. Is that right?
A
The
monkey?
guy that said to meet you later is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
who he. I whisper this. He's not who he says he is.
Well,
And as Olivia says that, we change focus over to James, who's now sitting next to the stranger at the bar.
okay.
He kind of looks over and he says, "Hello, friend. Are you friends with Viola here?"
I do happen to be so.
Well, any friend of Viola's is a friend of mine.
The pleasure is all mine. The name is James D. Beauregard.
Ah, you may call me Rictavio, the Carnival Master.
Well, Rictavio, I have a question.
What is your question?
And you might forgive me, but could we perhaps step into your quarters to discuss this?
Well, if we are doing that, perhaps you should bring your friends with you.
Perhaps. They
It's-
are.
it seems
they're
some-
kind-
It seems some aspects of my show may have been not as strong as I previously thought they had been. And I can tell by the look on your face. I think I have an idea.
Well, the last thing I want to do is to upstage you and your show. However, me and my friends are currently preoccupied with another matter. I can address them and see if they'd be willing, but they are
Well,
quite giddy too.
I feel as though we could settle this fairly quickly. How about your party and I head up to my room, we have a slight discussion for a few moments, and we move from there. Shouldn't take too long.
Oh, that sounds like a perfectly agreeable statement. Let me go address my friends, and
Tell me when
I
you're
will
ready.
return to you in a moment.
Tell me when you are ready.
And James will go back and join the group.
Viola says, well, I mean, sure, he may have had a tall tale or two, but he seems fine enough, and he was awfully kind. He bought me a drink.
I think he's the one from the prophecy.
Oh,
James kind of like waves his hand like the not out here in the open,
from Manit.
and he holds like a finger up to his lips and points upstairs towards Ricavio's room.
Oh.
I think we should go.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
I'm already
Irina,
getting up to
Ismark,
go.
are you okay? Are you two wanting to come with us?
I mean, this is pretty interesting. If you guys don't mind us being there, I would
It's
be happy
it's
to.
probably best we stay together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move everyone for a second.
Okay.
Everyone just be cool, and scroll upward. Oh dip. I've done made a mistake.
I've been teleported. Help me.
I need to double check what room it is.
We're outside.
I was like, oh no.
His room is outside. He's got the biggest room of all. The world.
The world.
Such a good.
Okay, wow, this is a tiny room actually.
Wait.
All right.
Two of us are gnomes.
We're gonna squeeze in here.
Maybe we should go into our room? Didn't we get a room?
Yeah.
You guys did get a room. Your room is a little larger.
Let's go into our room.
All right.
He like opens the door and like gestures us in, and we're like, nah.
Come into my tiny closet.
Yeah, that's a little better. That's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're able to breathe in here.
The other beds are next adjacent to this one. There are four. But
Jake, stop it! I was trying to be polite.
he kind of steps in and shuts the door behind him, and you see him kind of walk. He paces kind of across the room, and he says, well, it seems my disguise wasn't as great as I thought it was.
Yeah,
And
and it seems that you pulled one over on me. So
well, I tried to, but your wizened eyes seem to see through my facade.
Yeah. Who are you anyway?
Well, that is the question. And he reaches up and he lifts off what was previously an invisible hat. Once it comes off, you see a top hat that's covered in like embroidery and stuff like that. It's actually a fairly ugly hat. And you see a man, a much older man than previously before. He's wearing like a leather jacket that comes up, and he's wearing like a tall white shirt that comes up with his collar kind of upward. He's wearing thick circular glasses over his eyes. And you see he's got in one hand a cane with a silver top on it. It's more like a walking stick instead of a cane. And he looks a little older. But you see like this cunning in his eyes as he's kind of looking all of you over and hoping he judged you all correctly. And he says, perhaps you have heard of the legendary vampire hunter, Rudolf van Richten.
Now, the answer to that question is no, but we do happen to know about you and your monkey friend.
I know Piccolo.
So it was the monkey that gave me away. How did
Well,
Yes.
you know about him?
also,
I gave him away just last night because they wouldn't let me stay in this place with him.
Oh, that's awful.
They didn't. I kind of understand. I don't know why you'd want. If I owned I owned an inn, I wouldn't want people bringing monkeys into my room.
Your monkey didn't like traveling in the rain.
Oh,
But the fat man put him in a tutu, and he doesn't like that either.
oh. He was kind of tempestuous.
I was thinking of trying to convince him to come with me.
Well, wherever he ends up, I hope he remains happy. Listen. I would like to know where all of you are from. I know you two. He points towards Irina and Ismark. You're the Burgomaster's children, correct? And they kind of nod. The rest of you, you're not from here.
I am from the fair city of Daggerford.
As am I.
Daggerford. I've never heard of that. I'm from a place called Darken.
Dargan. Is that nearby?
Does that sound?
Mark it here on the map.
Does it sound familiar?
No, it's... I believe I came here the same way you all did.
Ah.
Through the fog.
Through the fog.
Through the fog.
Yeah. So.
Guided by the Vistani.
Yes, indeed.
The folk, like the Madame Eva. The one that gave us the portent from earlier.
You've spoken to them.
Yeah, we saw him. We saw him really quick once we got past the fog.
I recommend you try not trusting the Vistani.
Well,
They all work for Strahd.
Well, we spoke with someone, Madame Ava.
Hmm.
And she told us she read our fortunes, so to say.
Yeah.
And
she was helpful. She gave us some good information. She was really the only person that gave us any real help so far, as far as I can tell.
And I think you, Rudolph, were one of the things that she mentioned. She mentioned of someone who would be able to help us. Look for a man with a monkey. I think it's
And
kind of ironic
entertaining
that...
with a monkey, to be specific.
That's fair. I think you're that person since you're a vampire hunter?
I am. A legendary one at that.
Legendary. So, what legendary vampires have you destroyed and taken down that I would know of?
Well, there were many from my home world of Darkon. And they say Strahd was the greatest of them all. And so I sought him. And here I am. I came here originally with my son, but, well, that didn't work out. So now I'm here, alone, and looking for friends.
Was your son charmed by Strahd?
No, my Strahd was...
Strahd?
My Strahd.
Maestro.
My son was kidnapped by the Vistani and brought to Strahd.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Who then turned him into a vampire, who I then slayed.
Wow. I mean, you didn't have to... Okay, cool.
That was a lot of information. My favorite...
Well, you all kept asking.
Well, we did. You could have told us to mind our own damn business. Yeah. I'm sorry, for that. And, well, you know, that Mr. Strahd, he was awfully nice when we met him, there in the town from a day ago. He was kind, he was nice, he seemed a little extravagant, but, well, I've never actually known a vampire, and, well, I know what they do. But I know he's a noble. Does he care at all about his own people, about this land, about anything, really?
No.
He doesn't
There
he doesn't take
wasn't.
care
Cares
of
about
anything. He doesn't care for anything. He doesn't care for his people. He doesn't help them in any way at all.
he cares
There's
about
nothing.
one person,
Mm.
and I look over at Irina.
Oh,
There. The history of this place is incredibly dark. You see, there was a time when Strahd was unmatched in his cruelty. He would descend from his castle with his wolves and everything and lay waste to the towns around here. And eventually he stopped. I can't really tell. I'm a fairly new transplant here myself, but it's interesting. The idea. There's very little history known about this place.
well, he used to be more intense, I suppose.
It used to be far more violent.
Well, maybe he's gotten better. People change. I had a friend years ago that was there's an old pirate, and he would much like to gut you is look at you, but he became calmer in his older years.
No, I am absolutely sure Strahd has not changed. He is. I think maybe he's. It's different. Something is different about the world,
Hmm.
at
What?
least for him.
Hmm. Well, and she will look at Olivia and say, "Well, Olivia, uh, what exactly did happen while I was in the pub there, in the inn there?"
We went around for a walk, and the first thing we saw was this doll store, and we walked in because there was a doll that looked like Irina. And we went in, and I talked to the monkey for a little while, and he told us, he told me about his current owner and his previous owner. And then we started talking to the owner, and he said that this Isaac Stasny keeps coming back every month for a doll that looks exactly like Irina. And I have a feeling it's been a lot of times. I got a flash of a room full of dolls. No, I'm kidding. And so we hurried back because we're worried that Irina is not safe here. If this guy keeps coming back here every month for a doll that looks like Irina, this one was complete. That means this guy's coming here to get this doll at some point soon.
If you don't mind me changing the subject a little bit and inquiring about something in general, Rictavio, I can only assume you've been around for a while, around town at least.
I have, yes.
What is the deal with all the festivals and the all will be wells and the men and women and children in in stocks out
Ah,
front with donkey masks?
the Baron here seems to be of the belief that if he is able to convince everyone to be happy, he can defeat the oppressive darkness of this place.
Well,
So every week he has one of these big
I'm
festivals
good.
in order to try to make everyone happy again. But
Well,
still,
having a positive attitude is pretty important. I mean,
I,
It doesn't seem like it's working.
while I tend to agree, there comes a point where you must accept your station, if that makes sense.
mm,
Accept the hand you've been dealt, and simply acting happy isn't the way to solve our problems. There is only one way to solve our problem, that is to slay Strahd.
mm.
You know,
Frankly, oh, I
go
was just
ahead,
gonna
Bear.
say,
No, Bear, you go ahead.
frankly, I'm glad that you exist because I was a little worried that that Blinsky fellow might be the man with the monkey, and I don't think that would have been any good.
I can't say that I fully believe the words of a Vistani fortune teller, but you seem to be friends, and it's important to have friends in these trying times. For now, though, I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. You see, I'm in a bit of a stakeout at the moment. I'm trying to ascertain the nature of the owners of this tavern. I'm following a group calling themselves the Keepers of the Feather, and I followed them to this specific tavern, um, but the trail ends here. I've been trying to stalk about and learn a bit more, but they've proven difficult to pin down.
I may be able to help if you would be so kind to let me.
While I would appreciate the help, it's important that my identity remain as under wraps as possible. I have run to Strahd a few times, and more than once have our encounters become bloody. And I'd prefer for as few people as possible to know who I truly am.
Oh no, I think you misunderstand. Discrepancy is my number one talent. Well, it's my number two talent. I'm quite good on the dobro.
Well,
If
sorry.
if I mean I feel like we should help you, but why are you looking for these keepers of the feather?
Well, I don't know if they are servants of Strahd or not. And if they're not servants of Strahd, then that can only mean they're against Strahd. And I believe in the fights to come, they would come in handy.
Now, you said you tracked them here to this tavern. Do
Mhm.
you said you're looking into the owners here? Who is that
Yes.
young child out front who served us the delicious beet soup?
Well, I know the bartender. The barkeep is named Danica, and then there are two boys named Bray and Brom. And then finally, there's a gentleman who stays in the back room most of the time. I believe he's the head cook, and his name is Erwin, spelled with a U. Now, I don't know what relationship they have to the Keepers of the Feather. They may themselves be members, or they may be housing them, but I would like to know the nature of that connection.
As I said, I may be able to help. You'd have to give me, I'll say, about 30 minutes or so.
Very well. And the rest of you, I'm sorry I can't join you immediately, but
Well, what if we were to take Irina down to
Krezk.
Karez and come back?
Nope. Not Berez, to Krezk.
Krezk. What
Yeah.
if we take Irina to Krezk and come back?
Well, the Krezk isn't far from here. You could probably reach there by say nightfall. Although traveling by night is fairly dangerous.
What do you all think?
We've already paid for the rooms. It couldn't hurt us to stay until morning.
It could hurt her, and I pointed at Irina.
That is a fair point. But when worse comes to worse, traveling at night is never typically a good idea. All kinds of brigands and wild creatures tend to stalk the woods at night.
It can't be that late. It only took us 2 hours to get here, and we left in the morning, right?
You guys have been farting around town for a little while.
How far away is Karezk?
I was actually
How you say it?
just looking that up.
What we could do is we could get there, stay the night, and then come back. I think both things that we have in front of us are very important. I think it's important to get Irina there safely, and I think it's also important to help Rudolph, whatever his name is.
It's like a 30-minute walk. So you'd probably be able to get there and back before nightfall.
Yeah,
I
I
would-
mean,
I would still appreciate a good 30 minutes or so for me to help my good friend Rictavio.
okay.
It's up to you guys.
What do you guys think?
Well, I don't like
I
traveling.
would like to.
Sorry, Mirabelle, go right ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'd like to know what Irina would want.
Oh, yeah. Well, Irina, you've never been here to this town, right?
No, but we know the way to Kresk. If you guys don't, I mean, we'd love the company. We'd love to have the backup. But if you guys want to stay here, I think me and my brother could make it the rest of the way ourselves.
Well, I hardly think that a silly doll means that you're in real danger, but they have a point. I think it's probably important that you have some company on the way to Kresk. I vote we go ahead and leave now for Kresk and try to make it before it gets too late, before it gets too dark.
Well, should we wait a half hour, let James do his thing, and then come back, and then leave? It's only half an hour.
In theory, I may not even need half an hour. I'm speaking of, it would take an hour, half an hour's tops.
Let's go ahead and I think we should just do that. Let James do his thing real quick, and then we can go. And then
Okay. Okay.
That's my vote.
I'm with you.
So back to the bar?
Back to the bar.
No, it's story.
Okay. Rictavio throws his hat back on. He makes sure to tell you guys, call me Rictavio.
If I'm being honest, I couldn't even remember your other name.
Well, I suppose that's good then. And you guys
She said she would like
find yourself back in the tavern.
James is gonna wait until James is going to order another bowl of beet soup.
Beet soup! It's hot beets.
Now, as far as hot beet soup goes, is it the bartender woman who serves it, or is it her son?
I would say the boy comes out.
Alrighty.
The boy is the one who brings you the food. I am the food boy. I'm the one who serves food. Jiminy Christmas.
Did you even move the...
Yeah, James is going to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Okay. You get pings kind of go through the room. And surface thoughts. Surface thoughts include whether or not you want beet soup. You guys already have rooms. He's kind of thinking. You're gonna have to pry deeper if you want to get anything good.
Oh no, James is going to pry deeper.
Alright. He only has an intelligence of 2. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Okay, she would like to have a color printer.
And I think he's going to like
Thank you.
hold like a conversation with him
Okay.
about like local types of birds to kind of like subconsciously steer the conversation in that direction, because that's what the spell says I can do.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. When you
can
bring
make a
up,
wisdom saving throw.
okay, I will say when you start bringing up birds and things like that, he does. You do get an inordinate number of images of ravens. But nothing more than that. All right, he's gonna make his wisdom saving throw. What does he have to beat?
14.
14. Alright, I'm gonna whisper this to myself. Fuck. That's a 6, dog.
Cool.
You pry deeper into the boy's mind, and you come to an interesting thought, an image of you see a bearded man. He looks to have a long, kind of curly beard that comes down to like the middle of his chest, and it has a gray. It's kind of graying in at the tips of it as it kind of rises up. Most of it at this point is kind of gray. His hair is kind of parted down the center with gray tips of his hair and everything like that. And you're getting like a memory, and the man kind of leans down and he says, "Now, Bray, transforming can be a bit difficult, but if you just focus on light and on freedom, you can eventually complete the transformation completely. Watch." And you see the man closes his eyes, and you watch as these black feathers kind of begin sprouting from his neck, and spreading down, and then his arms give way to long black wings, and in place of a nose and mouth, it grows outward into a beard, or not a beard, a beak. And the feathers begin covering his body, and his eyes turn to these bright yellow, and you see like a weird humanoid raven hybrid standing before you in the eyes of this boy's memory. And then you watch as the boy shuts his eyes and focuses, and then eventually he begins to change as well. And that's where the memory cuts off. And as soon as that happens, the question is, does he know that you tried to do that?
It does say that the target knows something is going on. However, as soon as James gets that memory, he will cut it off.
And he kind of, after that finishes, he kind of like steps back for a second and looks at you, and just kind of slowly backs away before turning and like running across the room.
James is going to begin penning a letter that describes that scene in detail.
Okay.
He's going to drop a couple of gold pieces in it.
Okay.
And he is going to walk back over to Rictavio and say, I'm terribly sorry. I know I should have done this before, but here's that fee you requested for seeing your that fantastic beast of yours. And he's going to hand the letter to Rictavio, and he's going to kind of like eyes at the group and then eyes at the door.
Time to go.
Oh,
Yep.
well. Okay. Very good then.
All right.
Alright, she'll kind of like, meander to the door.
Okay. Are you guys?
This is after he finishes his hot beet soup.
You finish the hot beet soup, and then carry on that wayward son. Okay.
Is it just hot beet soup, or is it spicy beet soup?
No, it's just hot. It's just warm beets.
Oh, I was hoping there was like cayenne pepper or hot pepper flakes or something like that.
I feel like the spiciest thing to come out of Barovia is mayonnaise.
Have some spicy mayonnaise there, bro.
I go horse form, and we get the cart on me to make that go a little bit.
Okay. You guys put your things together and get everything up onto the cart and begin setting forth from Vallaki. The trip is not long before you reach a bridge that runs along a river, and that looks a certain special way. Yes, it does. Area area. The road comes to an X intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrust upwards at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby. That's kind of like right, yeah. So you guys see a broken signpost with the sign itself on the ground nearby.
It was in my pants. It's actually a twist.
You guys
so
just keep
should be
going?
Fine. Yeah, it's good, babe. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
Is
Unless
there
you're
like,
told.
yeah, keep going.
Okay, you guys sally forth. Continuing through the trees here. The trees in this area are much taller as you guys are moving. And eventually you come to another set of crossroads. You see a weather-worn signpost next to the road. The 3 arms of the signpost point along the 3 branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Kresk, and through the woods you can see an arcing stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east reads Valaki, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. The arm pointing southwest reads The Wizard of the Wines. The road slopes gently downward in that direction.
Ah, there's the winery. Mm.
Didn't we hear something about something
Yeah.
about it not being able to have shipments out?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should check that out at some time, not now.
Moving right along, you guys continue on for a little while before coming to Kresk. Now, as you approach, let's see. The first thing you come to is a bit of an intersection here at the base of Kresk. So you guys get here first. The road branches north and climbs a rocky escarpment, ending at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot-high wall of stone reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Beyond the wall, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of a bell comes from the stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you have grown accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback road clinging to the cliffs that lead up from the walled settlement to the abbey. And you see the road continues westward for a little ways before you guys turn upward towards the gatehouse. And as you guys climb this little road here, the air grows colder as you approach the walled settlement. 2 square towers with peaked roofs flank a stone archway, into which is set a pair of 12-foot-tall, iron-bound wooden doors. Carved in the arch above the doors is a name, Kresk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop the parapet, you see 4 figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears. They watch you nervously.
Well, howdy. Well met. Well met there. Beautiful day we're having here in Barovia.
One of them kind of looks down at you. What's your business?
Well, my name is Viola, and our business here is to bring a friend of ours here to town. And I reckon we'd like to get into the city if we could, please.
Give me 1 second. And you see he kind of whispers to somebody else.
Take your time, dear. We have all the time in the world.
And the guy he whispered to kind of takes off. Let me double check real quick. Okay. Eventually, you watch as a well-dressed man with like gray hair, kind of pulled back, kind of slicked back on the top of his head, kind of steps up to the walls and looks down at you, and says, "Who seeks entry into Kresk?"
our friends Irina and Ismark, and I like push. Oh wait, I'm a horse.
Bring me a cart full of wine from the Wizards of the Wine's winery.
I have a question.
Sure.
Actually, no, never mind. That's a very bad plan.
I like bad
Disregard
plans.
James. Well, it was a very good short-term plan, very bad long-term plan.
Ah.
Yeah, bring me a wagon full of wine, and you can come into the town.
I wild shape, or I get out of my wild shape,
Okay.
and
So,
now I'm me.
Now you are a person.
unfortunately, we find ourselves in a position where it is close or getting closer to nightfall. We would be most agreeable to perhaps doing this task for you. Assuredly, we had considered doing so enough already. If you would let us stay the night here, and then James would like to make a persuasion check to do so.
Go right ahead. He kind of looks down and just says, "You're welcome to stay at the base of the walls. My guards will do what they can to protect you from up here, but nobody gets in unless I know for sure that it's safe."
Aren't you supposed to be a refuge?
Me?
Like a place? Not you! This town!
I have a responsibility to the people in this town. Protect them. We've been burned too many times before by people who've been saying they're coming to help. You prove that you're coming to help, I'll let you in. And with that, he turns and steps off.
Helping by getting you all drunk? How is that helping?
He is gone.
Mirabelle, I have.
I wish I could climb.
Mirabelle, I
Yes?
have a question. You are a woman of the cloth, correct?
Yes.
Don't suppose I have a barrel full of water here. I don't suppose you could do anything with that.
Well,
That's very out of character knowledge.
I'm not much of a transmutation kind of person, to be honest.
I want to go up to the door and start knocking on it.
Okay. The door is very heavy. To you, it feels almost like knocking onto stone.
Okay, what's the biggest animal I can turn into?
An elephant.
Wait, Olivia. Maybe I have a plan.
I can turn into something that can burrow under this door.
Yes, but then we're on their bad side.
I think we already are.
Well, not currently. We're on a very neutral side as of on a very neutral side as of right now. We may be able to maneuver ourselves into not only a decently standing position, but a well-liked position as well.
Can we just make the barrel look like it's full of wine?
They want
See,
the whole
that-
cart, not just one barrel.
Out of character, that was my original plan until I realized that they were going to drink it and realize it was not wine and they were going to hate us.
Yeah, that does kind of fun in the long run.
I mean, Ismark, why do you want to be here if they're not willing to be helpful?
Well, the priest said the abbey would take us in, but we can't get up and talk to the abbot unless we get into the town.
I could do that.
I mean, I'm sure if you can get us to the Abbey without going through the town, it should be fine. You can kind of looking at it, you can see the Abbey up on top of the up, kind of overlooking the town.
Should we
There's,
go around the town?
I mean, I guess there could be a way up there. We would have to climb. It looks like.
I could burrow under this door as an animal, get to the Abbey, be a not animal, and tell them what's going on.
Yeah, the cliff beneath the Abbey looks to be about 300 feet tall.
Now, Olivia, if I may offer a counterpoint, do you remember the last church that we were in?
No.
The last church we were in had a boy chained in the basement. I think that's I think if we head up there, we should do so as a group, just in case there are any more chains in the basement, so to speak.
I just don't like unhelpful. It's rude.
It's rude.
Trust me, Olivia. I completely understand. The best we can do as of right now is to camp outside these walls, or of course go back to uh, Vallaki, which I think we still have time to do.
I don't want to stay out here.
We really shouldn't stay here. We should go back, I guess.
Now, alternatively, I could try to razzle dazzle my way inside those gates with a little bit of music, but that may just leave us off in a worse position than we were before.
Viola, you are being uncharacteristically quiet. Viola? Did she die?
I know she's having heart trouble.
Ah.
So would you guys like to head back to Vallaki or down to?
What about Irina and Ismar? What do you two want to do?
Well, I don't know how much time I don't know how much time we have left in the day, but we could make our way down. We could. The winery is right here. Any of you are for such a trip. I think maybe we should head back to Vallaki.
How are we supposed to get this wine?
Well,
I don't have enough money for that.
We have the cart. Oh, I don't know.
Well, they did say that there were troubles with shipment. Perhaps it's a logistical problem, and assuming we may be able to sort out any kind of logistical problems, being the problem solvers we are, maybe they could give us a bulk discount.
That makes sense to me.
What if we just... We'll just stick together, and then once we are able to get into this stupid place, we'll get you in there.
All right. For now,
let's not mean that.
For now, let's just stay calm and make our way back to Vallaki, and we'll spend the night, have a couple drinks, and then tomorrow we'll head to the winery and do what we need to do there.
Mic check, mic check.
Loud and clear.
Damn it, crazy thing.
Just in time for the end.
For the end, of course. Viola, I guess you would have said, well, that fella there, Irina, did he look familiar at all?
No, I've never been outside of Barovia.
Right. I keep forgetting. You awfully seem, pretty popular, according to some of these towns, with the doll and all in the other town, and Yeah,
that's weird. I don't know what the story was with that. So, to to be upfront, I am kind of nervous about being back in Vallaki, but
Well, I mean, he said we wanted wine. Maybe we should go to the winery, the place the path to the south that we passed earlier.
I mean we can, but I don't know if everyone is ready for that.
Well,
I think everyone wants to be at their best before we try to do that.
yeah.
That's the DM telling us y'all ain't high enough level for that shit yet.
That's the truth.
No, I mean because you used your wild shape, and we have to get this cart back, so you're gonna have to turn into a horse again at least, and then you'll be out of wild shapes, and that's not great.
James is out of his mind reading spell.
James is
But
out of his.
just
his
charm
one spell.
everybody.
That
I
I
guess-
mean, sure, can certainly try.
Look, when he said to give him the old razzle dazzle, he was talking about his enthralling performance, and maybe they'd let a musical celebrity and his troupe into the town.
It did work very well for last time.
She says, well, I can make one of us invisible, if that might help.
I can be basically invisible.
Yeah.
For
You
now,
have to look like this.
we can plan it out as the week goes by. For now, we're going to, as you guys are discussing at the foot of the wall here, we're going to pan back a little bit and travel northward a bit to a tower on the edge of a river. And we kind of come down and we look at this tower, and it's rickety. You see there's bricks falling off of it and everything like that. There's nothing to indicate who or what lives here. And then we hear the sound of a horse flopping against cobblestone. And we look to see a strange cart rolling up in front of the tavern, piloted by a tan-skinned woman. And she kind of stands up and stretches her back a little bit and steps down off of her carriage and moves to the back and opens the door, steps inside and shuts it behind her. And as we pull back, we see this carriage in front of the tower, and it pulls back further and further as we look up into the blackened sky as the sun sets, slowly but surely. And that's where we're going to leave it this evening.
Ooh.
Yay!
Way to set the scene for next session.
I can't
I
wait for
very
next
much
session.
enjoyed it.
Oh man, I'm really liking Barovia so far. It's very
No doubt.
very
Thank you,
gauche.
thank you, thank you.
Very
Can
gauche.
I bring up a point that's
Sure.
kind of been nagging me?
Sure.
It's not nothing to do with you, because I'm pretty sure you're just running it like it is in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is a small area.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It seems like it's no bigger than really like a valley or something.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, like when I ran this game, I put it such that like it was a day and a half between Barovia and Vallaki, and then like Vallaki and Kresk was like 2 days,
Yeah.
or maybe it was backwards. It just feels like 30 minutes, an hour. It just
Yeah.
it feels
Yeah.
very small.
You know what's even worse is like the random encounter things. Just a little peek behind the curtain. Like they only occur every 30 minutes, but there's nothing. Like there's so few things outside of 30 minutes. So I think from here on out, I'm just gonna change that shit.
Every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I made the
this,
distances a lot longer too, because it just was so.
Yeah.
Provided that I don't get to roll initiative and get really good initiative and cast Charm Person again. Because I might decide to do
Right.
it every fucking time. And
Well, I just have to make sure the next
We
time.
might
you guys,
all decide to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, the next time I'll
Right.
just make sure you guys don't fight people. I'll just make sure people are just gone. I'll
See-
change all the people.
We're gonna
See,
figure
now
out
where
a
you're
way.
wrong is I have animal friendship.
By the end
Which
of
is
this,
close.
James Dean and me are going to have like an entire Barovia area of a bunch of best friends. Everyone is gonna love us.
Well, for now, we're gonna call it at that. So, thank you guys again. I believe Will might be able to join us next week.
Yes.
Yeah,
And for
so-
the next 2 weeks. So
Ooh.
next week and the week after.
Mike will finally be able to make it next week.
Yay!
I'll try to figure out a way to get him.
He just comes out of the city.
Yeah,
that we're outside of.
I'll come up with something or other. I'll work with him. But for now, you guys are doing pretty good. You guys really haven't done anything yet, so no level up yet. But maybe soon. For now though, you guys are still little baby level 3s.
Oh.
And I guess I'll see you guys next. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Yes, you
Alrighty.
will. Thank you, Chris.
Uh,
That was
Alright, guys.
Thank you.
I didn't get
Thank
to make
you.
this point earlier. Thank you, Chris. But James definitely told everybody else what he saw.
Oh, from the boy.
Yes, he tells them about the boy vision.
Okay,
Oh, sure.
through the boy's eyes.
He's a werecrow.
I'm pretty sure he's a raven.
You're not.
Oh,
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye,
Au
everyone.
revoir.
Thank you,
See
dear.
ya.
That was cool.